I think grassroots boxing is sadly dying. It's not nowhere near as prevalent as it used to be, certainly when I was a young man. And I really believe that it is. It's almost come to a bit of a grinding halt. The amateur boxing or the AIBA Boxing Association are doing their utmost best to encourage young men to take up the sport, as I do at my gym, the Jukebox Gym that I currently own. I try to get young kids in as much as I can to give, not necessarily to give them a fighting chance, but just to give them that male role model bond that so many of them are sadly lacking. Now, when I was a child, boxing gyms, every street turner you turned to, there was a boxing gym there. But it wasn't only just a boxing gym. They did snooker, they did boxing, they did football, they did cricket, they did a whole host of activities you could partake in at a very cost-effective price. But sadly, these things have died down now, and young kids do get caught up in the game, as they say. There's so much out there for them now, other than boxing, and unfortunately, a lot of young kids, they just want the quick fix now. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to go to boxing gyms and do other sports. I mean, sports isn't just the only way for young kids now, certainly, but it gives a lot of young kids focus. It gives them a lot of discipline, and it does give them a positive role model.
When somebody walks through your door, the door of your gym, can you spot the ones that will stick it? Can you spot the ones who need it? Can you spot the ones who are going to turn around their lives?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, I'm not any kind of a guru, you understand. I'm just a guy that happens to be good at my chosen sport, and I'm just trying to apply my trade. But I see a lot of young boys come through my door, and I know which ones need the arm put around their shoulder. I know the ones that have to be spoken to very, very sternly to get a response out of them. And I also know the ones that really, you have to say use very few little words to get a response out of them. That's a job of a good coach. Once I get them into the gym, obviously I welcome them in with open arms. So it's, listen, I love what I do. It's a nice little gym.
What do you think Tyson Fury was like to coach as a young man?
Well, listen, the young Tyson Fury was obviously a head case. By his own admission, he was a bit of a head case. But I think the mature, grown-up individual that we're actually looking at now, this self-conscious guy that actually looks himself in the mirror and says to himself, I am undoubtedly a role model, not only to British boxing, but to the world. People are watching me, they're watching my actions. If you listen to what he says when he had his interview against Deontay Wilder, when Deontay Wilder was doing all of the trash talk, Tyson Fury clearly stated, all I want to do is win a boxing match. That's all I want to do. I just want to win a boxing match. It's nothing personal. It's purely business. And I have to admire that in him, because I really believe he's turned his life around. I don't really think he's a thug. I don't think he's a wife beater. I don't think he hates women at all. He's got 6 children with one woman. He's not got 6 children with 6 different women. He stayed with the same woman for his whole of his life to date. So that in itself is to be admired. And like I say, I think if you listen to him, if you spoke to him on a one-to-one level, you'd actually get a lot of sense out of him.